Howdy, and welcome back to Draw with Lizzie, and today we will be looking through an old-ish but newish sketchbook that I kept from December of 2015 to February 2016. Yeah, so let's get started on that. I was still into drawing skinny people at this stage, something that I'm doing less and less of now, because I remember being told at college frequently to try and expand and broaden my artistic style, because I'm only 19 and being an illustrator is something that's, you know, very unique, and at the end of university I should have my style down and my ideas down, but I can't get stuck on them at an early stage. At least that's what they were telling me. But yeah, even from this to my more recent sketchbook, there's a significant difference in ability and styling. But I still very much like it and enjoyed making it. Sketchbooks are meant to be loose and expressive and show all of your inspirations and ideas, which is why there's a lot of Undertale references in here, because I am very big on the video game Undertale, and I'm going to call it Undertale culture, like everything that goes on around it, all of the webcomics, all of the AMVs and animations that people have made. I find them incredibly inspiring. There's a lot of writing in this, which is very in-depth emo stuff mostly, because everybody loves a little bit of in-depth emo writing. I also found I did some collage for the sake of collaging, which I'm not entirely sure, because like this, like there's no meaning to that other than I just liked to stick it down the way it was. Like, it just looked pretty to me. Which is, you know, quite unusual considering my educational background dictates that for the most part everything has to have some kind of, you know, meaning, and you should be able to interpret it in a certain way of why everything was done the way it was. Collaging faces from magazines and posters. Mostly from Kerrang! Magazine, which I used to buy more frequently than I do now. Because, like I said, I am a bit of an emo. And 14-year-old me would have hated me for saying that. But isn't that always the way? The paper quality in this sketchbook is not as good as the CCAD sketchbook which I had. This one you can't really paint on both sides, and you can see through the marks to the other sides, but it's a good one for loose ideas and scribbles and mind mapping, and obviously a bit of collage. Some very strange things. Very expressive lines and mark making. We were probably experimenting with a variety of mark making techniques at this point. Yeah. This is the illustration that I use in my CV. Because creative CVs they tend to be illustrated and, you know, specifically designed as opposed to just writing on a page. And I didn't even realise that creative CVs were a thing until earlier this year when I was doing my studies. And I really enjoyed making my CV. Some of the drawings in here I actually used in my Unit 9 exhibition, like this one here. As you can see, I've had a bit of an obsession with clocks, which has never really stopped, and I don't actually know why that is. It just has been for the past couple of years. This drawing here I was doodling while I was waiting to start my interview for universities, specifically CCAD. I was just sat there and everyone else waiting for their interview was all on their phone and stuff, and I was like, I think I'm gonna draw a random picture. And so that's what I did. And then I didn't even realise the guy who was gonna interview me was like stood behind me half the time, and I was just like ignoring him drawing, like, oh yeah, sorry about that. I don't think he minded, I hope not. Oh, this is when I started doing this stuff as well. The random lines that are kind of paisley style. And I'm not entirely sure where this came from, but I enjoyed doing it for quite a long time. But we're nearing the end of the sketchbook now. And yep, these are just the blank pages at the end which got left behind, because for some reason that sadly happens. So yeah. That is my no sleep journal. A very old one, but not that old. Bye!